Imagine this scenario. You get home from a long day at work. It's pouring with rain. You drive into your street, you turn into your front garden, and you park your car on your own private driveway. You lock the door, you go inside, and you don't think twice about it. You are safe. You are on your own property. You are not blocking the road. You are not on double yellow lines, and you are not bothering anyone. But then, a week later, a brown envelope lands on your doormat. It has the logo of your local council stamped on the front. You open it, expecting perhaps a reminder about bin collection dates or a voter registration form. Instead, you pull out a Section 184 enforcement notice. The letter states that you have been caught accessing your property illegally. It accuses you of damaging the public highway, and it demands that you immediately pay a bill of £1,500 to £3,000 to regularise your crossing, or face legal action and the physical blocking of your driveway. You stand there in your hallway completely confused. You think, what are they talking about? It's my house, it's my garden. I paved it myself to get my car off the road. I've been parking there for 5 years. Welcome to the dropped Kerb Trap of 2026. Right now, cash-strapped councils across the United Kingdom have declared war on the suburban driveway. They have realised that millions of homeowners have paved over their front gardens to avoid paying for expensive resident parking permits. But they haven't paid the council for the privilege of driving across the pavement. And the council isn't sending inspectors to walk down your street anymore. They are using Google Earth, Street View, and AI-powered camera cars to scan every single house in your neighbourhood. If they see a car parked in a garden, but they see a raised curb on the street, the computer automatically issues the enforcement notice. Before I reveal exactly how this technology works, why driving over a raised curb is technically a crime under the Highways Act, and the terrifying nuclear option councils are using to physically trap your car, I need to ask you a massive favour. Please, take exactly 2 seconds right now to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. It costs you absolutely nothing. It is literally 2 seconds of your time. But by hitting subscribe, you are helping this channel grow, which allows us to warn millions of other hard-working British drivers before they get hit with a £2,000 bill they didn't see coming. We are fighting back against these hidden stealth taxes, and your support is our shield. Thank you so much. Now, let's look at why your driveway might be illegal. To understand why you are being targeted, you have to understand the difference between your land and their land. Yetiyas. You own your house. You own your front garden. You have the legal right, under permitted development, to pave your front garden, as long as it is porous material for drainage. You can legally turn your grass into a parking space. However, you do not own the pavement. The pavement, the grass verge, and the curbstones belong to the highway authority, usually the county council. Here is the legal trap. Section 184 of the Highways Act 1980. This law says that it is an offence to drive a vehicle across a footway, the pavement, unless a proper vehicle crossing, a dropped curb, has been installed by the highway authority. Why? Because standard pavement slabs and raised curbstones are designed for pedestrians. They are designed to hold the weight of a person, a pram, or a mobility scooter. They are not designed to take the 2-ton crushing weight of a modern SUV or an electric vehicle. When you drive over a raised curb, you are technically damaging public property. Even if you can't see the damage, the council argues that you are cracking the slabs and damaging the utility pipes, gas, water, fibre internet, that run underneath that pavement. For years, councils turned a blind eye to this. They didn't have the resources to check if every single house with a driveway had a proper dropped curb. But in 2026, councils are bankrupt, they are desperate for revenue, and they have realised that enforcing Section 184 is a gold mine. Here is how the digital dragnet works. Councils are now employing third-party enforcement agencies. These companies use software to scan satellite imagery. They look for the visual signature of a paved front garden with a car parked in it. They then cross-reference that address with their internal database of approved crossings. Address: 4 Privet Drive. Paved garden? Yes. Car present? Yes. Dropped curb permit on file? No. Bingo. The system flags you. In some aggressive boroughs, they are sending out camera cars, the same ones that catch you in bus lanes. These cars drive down residential streets, scanning sideways. If the camera detects a vehicle crossing the pavement where there is no dropped curb, it snaps a photo. You don't even have to be in the car. The mere presence of your vehicle parked on your paved garden is evidence that you must have driven illegally across the footway to get there. You might be thinking, OK, so I crossed the pavement, I'll just be careful. What's the worst they can do? A £50 parking ticket? Wrong, this isn't a parking violation. This is damage to the highway and a breach of the Highways Act. The council doesn't just want a fine, they want to force you to pay for the construction work to fix it at their inflated prices. And if you refuse, they have the legal power to make your life a misery. We exposed the Section 184 notice, the legal weapon councils are using to target homeowners who park on their own driveways without a dropped curb. We saw how they use satellite technology to catch you crossing the pavement illegally. But the real nightmare begins when you try to fix the problem. You might be sitting there thinking, OK, fine, if the council wants a dropped curb, I'll get one. My mate Dave is a builder, he's got a van and a cement mixer. I'll pay him £500 this weekend, he'll lower the curbstones and we'll be done with it. Stop. Do not do this. If you let an unauthorised builder touch the public highway, you are committing a criminal offence. You are vandalising council property. This is where the council construction cartel comes into play. Under the Highways Act, the local authority holds a monopoly on who is allowed to dig up the pavement. You have 2 choices, and both of them are designed to empty your bank account. Option 1. You pay the council to do the work. Option 2. You pay the council for a licence to hire a Streetworks accredited contractor from their approved list. This is where the price gouging happens. A job that should cost £600 in materials and labour suddenly costs £1,500, £2,500, or even £4,000. Why? Because the council charges you a non-refundable application fee of £150 to £300 just to look at your paperwork. Then they charge you for Streetworks inspection fees. Then they charge you for the utility search to check for cables. By the time you actually start digging, you have spent hundreds of pounds on bureaucracy. And if you live on a classified road, A road or B road, it gets worse. You need planning permission first. That's another £200 plus and an 8-week wait with zero guarantee of approval. They have trapped you. You cannot park on your own drive legally without paying their extortionate entry fee. But what happens if you refuse? What if you ignore the letters? What if you say, I'm not paying £3,000, I'll just keep driving over the curb, catch me if you can? This brings us to the nuclear option. Councils have a brutal enforcement tactic for persistent offenders. It is visual, it is humiliating, and it kills your property value instantly. If you ignore a Section 184 notice, the council has the legal power to physically prevent you from accessing your garden. They will send a crew to your house while you're at work. They will drill into the pavement right in front of your driveway, and they will install heavy-duty concrete bollards or metal posts. Imagine coming home to find 2 thick steel posts cemented directly in front of your parking space. You cannot get your car in. You cannot get your car out. your driveway is now instantly rendered useless. It is just a very expensive patio. And the ultimate insult? They send you the bill for installing the bollards. You are left with a bill for £500 for the posts, and your car is forced onto the street, where you might now have to pay for a residence parking permit. It is a total checkmate. However, there is a financial risk even bigger than the bollards. It is a risk that could bankrupt you in a split second, and almost nobody talks about it. The insurance void. Read the small print of your car insurance policy. Almost every single insurer in the UK includes a clause that invalidates your cover if you are using the vehicle for illegal acts, or if you are driving recklessly. Remember, driving over a footway without a dropped curb is an offence under the Highways Act 1835 and 1980. You are driving a 2-ton metal machine on a path designated strictly for pedestrians. Picture this. You are reversing out of your driveway over a raised curb. Because the curb is high, you have to give it a bit of extra gas to mount it. The car lurches backwards. In that split second, a pedestrian, a child on a scooter, or a cyclist is passing by. You hit them. It is a tragedy. The police arrive. They inspect the scene. They note that you were crossing the footway illegally without a proper crossing. When you call your insurance company to report the accident, they check the police report. They see you were performing an illegal manoeuvre on a public footpath. They can void your policy. They can refuse to pay out. You could be personally liable for tens of thousands or even hundreds of thousands of pounds in medical claims and legal costs. You could lose your house, your savings, everything, just because you didn't want to pay for a dropped curb. The council knows this. The insurance companies know this. The only person who doesn't know this is you. But it's not all doom and gloom. There are specific exemptions. There are ways to fight a Section 184 notice if you have been parking there for long enough. There are grandfather rights that might apply to your property. We revealed the financial nightmare of the council construction cartel, the threat of concrete bollards blocking your home, and the terrifying reality that your car insurance could be voided if you drive over a footway illegally. If you are sitting there sweating because you have been parking on your driveway for years without a dropped curb, do not panic. The council relies on your ignorance. They want you to be scared enough to simply write a cheque for £3,000 without asking questions. But you have rights. You have options. And if you know how to play the bureaucratic game, you can either avoid the fine entirely or slash the cost of the construction by 50%. Here is your driveway defence guide for 2026. Strategy 1. The time machine defence. Established use. Before you admit defeat, you need to become a detective. How long has that driveway been there? The council's records are often terrible. They might think your driveway is new just because their AI flagged it this year. Go to Google Earth on your desktop. Click the clock icon to access historical imagery. Go back 10, 15 or 20 years. Is there a car parked there in 2005? Is there evidence of a lump or a lowered curb that has simply degraded over time? If you can prove that vehicle access has been established and used without objection for over 20 years, you may have a case for prescriptive rights or established use. While obtaining a lawful development certificate is tricky for highways, providing photographic evidence that the access predates the council's current enforcement crackdown can often force them to back off. If the curb is old and worn down, argue that it was a dropped curb historically. Make them prove it wasn't. Strategy 2. The Section 50 hack. Beat the price gouging. If you definitely need a dropped curb, do not just accept the council's quote. Most councils will send you a quote saying, "We will do the work for £2,500. They act like they are the only ones allowed to touch the pavement. This is a lie. You have the right to apply for a Section 50 licence, under the New Roads and Streetworks Act. This license allows a private contractor to dig up the highway. There are thousands of private ground workers who hold the SWQR, Streetworks Qualification Register, accreditation, and have the required £10 million public liability insurance. These private guys are often 50% cheaper than the council's monopoly team. Get the licence yourself, usually £150 to £300. Hire a local accredited firm for £800 and save yourself over £1,000. Do not pay the laziness tax of letting the council arrange it for you. Strategy 3. The permitted development shield. Sometimes the council tries to reject your application or fine you because they claim you need full planning permission for the driveway itself. This costs hundreds of pounds and takes 8 weeks. You can bypass this using Class F permitted development rights. If your driveway is made of porous material, gravel, permeable block paving, or if it directs water to a lawn/border so it doesn't run into the street, you do not need planning permission. If the council tries to force you into a planning application, quote, Class F of the Town and Country Planning Order 2015, at them. Tell them your surface is SUDS compliant, sustainable drainage systems. They will usually back down and just process the dropped curb application. The war on the motorist has moved from the roads to your own front garden. The dropped Kerb Trap is a cash grab designed to target homeowners who are just trying to park safely. But now you know the risks. You know about the insurance void. You know about the Bollards. And you know how to fight back using Section 50 licenses and historical evidence. Do not ignore the brown envelope. But do not blindly pay it either. I want to hear from you. Have you received a Section 184 notice? Has your council installed bollards on your street? Or have you successfully fought a fine? Get down in the comments below and share your story. We need to warn as many drivers as possible about this hidden law before they wake up to a blocked driveway. If this video saved you from a potential £1,000 fine or an insurance disaster, please take exactly 2 seconds right now to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. It literally costs you nothing, but it helps us beat the algorithm and get this warning out to millions of British families who are currently parking illegally without knowing it. Help us protect them. Stay safe, check your curb, and I'll see you in the next one.